For most of history, people lived without layers of mandatory insurance, taxes, and endless financial drains. If disaster struck, you paid directly, leaned on family, or worked it off. Life was harder in some ways, but it was cheaper because your paycheck stayed in your hands until you needed it. Slowly, systems were built to skim wealth before you even touched it, turning protection into profit. Insurance, banking, and government mandates became permanent fixtures. Premiums, fees, and fines are collected month after month. But when it's time to pay out, delays, denials, and loopholes are used to keep profits high. People think they are buying security, but in reality, they are buying into a system that takes more than it gives. The more the laws and policies grow, the less independence remains. Behind it all is the shift from real value to fiat cash. Gold and tangible wealth were replaced with paper backed only by belief. Once labor was converted into fiat, those who controlled the flow of money controlled everything else. Ordinary people work, but the rulers hold the faucet, deciding who gets the stream and who gets left dry. Labor became the real source of value, while money became a tool of control. When taxes and insurance weren't enough, fines, tickets, and court fees were added. Miss a payment, break a rule, or fall behind, and the state extracts even more. Jail time and permanent records trapped people in lifelong debt and reduced opportunity. Justice stopped being about fairness and became a revenue-generating system. Every step of life became another toll booth to pay. Prisons are the harshest proof of this design. Inside, men and women work for pennies while corporations and prison systems make billions. These jobs could go to free citizens, but instead they are behind locked gates, creating profit from captivity. It's sold as rehabilitation, but it is exploitation, stripping communities of opportunity. Ordinary people pay with their labor while those at the top profit twice, from incarceration and from cheap work. Another layer of control came when people were removed from the land. Farms and gardens once gave families independence and survival without relying on external systems. Moving populations into cities and apartments cut off that freedom, forcing people to become permanent consumers. Food, which used to be a human right, became a transaction. Grocery stores, controlled by corporations and governments now intertwined, dictate access to life's most basic necessity. The walls around society were built slowly, a tax here, a mandate there, a fee for protection, a punishment for mistakes. At first it seemed like order and safety, but over time it became confinement. Now the doors are starting to lock, and people realize too late that the cage was built in plain sight. Wealth never disappears. It's redirected upward from labor to fiat, from premiums to fines, from prisons to contracts. The flow always runs to the top. Yet the foundation of their power is the same as it always was: human labor. Paper money, laws, and systems only work because people agree to participate. The moment ordinary people recognize the real value of their own work and refuse to be trapped, the walls start to crack. Power has never truly belonged to the oligarchs. It belongs to the creators, the builders, the hands that sustain the world. Labor is the true wealth, and it has always carried more value than any paper or system of control.